G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. So, this week we're actually looking at Inferior Rook Space, which we looked at, what, 3 weeks ago? Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, back at the start of the month. As you can see, it's on the Dangerous mod. That's almost the only mod he's running. He has installed the Stone Enrichment mod, which was another mod we installed when we played this map on the community map. Oh, and the 30 Science Pack, because I'm assuming he's a glutton for punishment. Pretty much. So, first off, quick recap. When we toured last time, he, and there will be a link, if there hasn't already been a link, up the top right hand corner to the previous base tour. Look, I'd recommend having a look at that one first, because he does do some really, really ingenious things. And this will be a little bit of a quicker base tour because the base has already been covered once, but now it's at like game finish stage, you know, rocket ready to launch, the whole works. So he's got his little oil outpost. As you can see, he's obviously not hurting for oil because he's uncovered other patches that he hasn't actually done anything with. Actually, I think the one thing he is hurting for is iron, just by the amount of copper belts that are backed up. So he is doing a couple of interesting things. He's got these lovely universal belts, is probably the best way of putting it, that carry in every bit of ore you can feed them and then run them through an ore sorter. He's also using the exact same belts to run his oil barrels through. Alright, and he just filters them off, same as you would any other weird and wonderful ore. Which I thought was both ingenious and fascinating all at the same time. So yeah, he's got a return belt for empty barrels, and then the full ones come down here and they're just filtered out one at a time. Obviously run down to the oil area, emptied, and then the empty ones are brought back up. All the oil comes in from all over the base in all the different multitude of colours. Goes through an ore sorter. As you can see, he is obviously backed up with copper, which is slowing down the whole process of all the other belts. Stone, which he did have quite a large storage originally, is now running through a ore enrichment. So this lovely mod it's actually a beautiful mod. So you take in 4 stone, you get back 1 stone with a 40% chance of iron and a 25% chance of copper. I actually did a mod highlighter on a while ago, and if I can link in the top right hand corner, I will. YouTube's sometimes a little bit weird about linking more than one video during a video. If not, it's on the channel. Just search for Stone Enrichment. It's a really, really handy little mod, and it actually means that rather than when playing Factorio, just skipping over every stone outpost because they just have no use. At least coal goes to plastic. Stone is pretty much useless apart from landfill and what little you need to make electric furnaces for production sites. So yeah, it gives stone a use again. And that's just one of those things that I liked about the mod. That, and when we were playing the Dangerous mod and you were mining everything, it gave a use for it. So yeah, he's running Stone Enrichment. He has his fairly complicated, you know, compact bus. All these smelters are, yeah, that's what I thought. So each one of these is set up for a yellow belt, technically. They only run at yellow belt speed, purely because that's how many furnaces he's got. So yeah, you know. But yeah, at the moment he's backed up on copper. All his buffer chests down here are mostly full, not quite 100%. But they just can't load in fast enough to unload fast enough to get the throughput required. Do I have room? So I am much more of a fan of doing that, at least. And output priority left, output priority right. So it then becomes just the excess, only the excess goes through the buffer. It's technically a little bit less power used. On top of that, if I've got room to do it here. We want output priority right. Unfortunately, this is all coming in on one side of the belt, but you know, not much I can do about that. But this will give it slightly faster throughput because hopefully the inserters, like this one, stopped unloading straight away because the belts are handling it. Should give you slightly higher throughput. Not that he needs the higher throughput, but as you can see, it's already started to clear the backlog that was on the belts. Stone is actually the biggest hold up at the moment, and my answer would be probably putting in a second, actually probably being lazy, just taking the output of this belt straight into the input of this belt. But then again, these can't output fast enough. He's stuck in a dangerous situation where nothing can go fast enough, everything's got to go slow because there's always something backed up. But anyway, onto his bus. He's got green circuits, engines, electric engines for lube. He's finally at the point, he wasn't there at last time, but he's finally at the point where he actually has a logistics system. It doesn't look like he's actually using it too much. In fact, yeah, he's a little bit short on roboports or you know, completely. You know, there's still wooden chests here, there, and everywhere. Even his make everything is still being run with wooden chests and junk chests that are literally just full of all sorts of junk. Yeah. So yeah, red, green science, military science. A lot of these, the ratio is completely off because he can't feed them even at a speed of, you know, one assembler. He just can't get the resources in fast enough. The only reason everything is off is because he's completed all the research, and he's literally at the point where he can launch a rocket. In fact, power armor was probably, well, as it's the one highlight, it's definitely the last research he actually completed. So yeah, with the 30 science pack, he's got all the wonderful sciences. So we got science pack 12, science pack 15, 17, 2, 5, 3, 4, a steel booster build, because obviously he didn't have enough steel on the bus. It is a little bit interesting. He's put coal and steel together. Oh, there's another steel booster there. Okay. Coal and steel. That's different. Very, very different. And it purely looks like it's just because he's got extra iron. He's just been taking these small boosters off, running. Well, technically that's a dead end. He's bringing the coal and the steel up. Oh no, it loops back on itself. I didn't even realise. I'm bringing the coal in and the steel out. That's... I'm not sure if this is genius or madness, but I think I like it. Yeah, a lot of the other weird science packs like 21, 20, which is like stack inserters. Stack inserters and assembly machine ones. Science pack 22, express belts, which is like... It's the giantest iron sink in the world. 23, which is about where we left it last time. I think he just set up Science Pack 23. So now we've got Science Pack, and I'll do it in here because it's easy to see. 24, red chests. 25, storage chests. 26, active provider chests. And 27, logistics request chests. So blue chests. And then we've got 28, 29, and 30. So we've got, as you can see, we've got 24, 25, 26, 27 are all right here. Again, he's got wonderful smarts to cap the chests. Make sure, no, cap the chests. Read how much is in the chests. That's right. I saw artillery. It was over here. Yep. we've got artillery over here. So that's science pack 28. 29 is right here, which is nukes. You know, requires 1 atom bomb. Only 5 seconds. And you get 90 science packs for it. Which means all the ratios are all over the place. But yeah, having to build nukes to make a science pack is definitely odd. And I don't see it. Mini rocket. Actually, mini rocket he hasn't had to make yet. But he does have all the prerequisites right here. His oil build looks much the same. As I did say, he has these belts full of oil barrels to actually run his oil build, and they're sort of backed up just to here. You know, they're sorted up here. They're backed up here. It's sort of doing well. He's got just a tiny bit of uranium fuel cells. Did he? Oh, he's put in a little reactor build, just for a little bit of extra power. He's mining coal here at the corner. A lot of this has been mined out for just extra resources. And obviously he's had to get uranium out. And uranium is one of those fun ones. So he's brought acid in. Okay, step number 1. Step number 2 is you have to get acid from miner to miner to miner. Now, the trickiest part is actually getting them around the corner. So he could bring in acid here and acid here and acid here. What he's actually done, which is something we were doing left, right, and center on the community map, is just flipping a miner to face the wrong way. So this guy's outputting out here, but his pipes connect around that corner. And around that corner, and around that corner. This guy connects. This guy connects. This guy connects as well. It gives you the end of the straight run. And then a couple of iron mines down here. Oh wow, he's just dumped miners on the end and let the belt sort it out. And that's bringing coal north. There you go. Why? Oh, so again, because he's using sparks, he's reading the amount of uranium in the miners. So this is read resources from this mining drill. Do not click entire ore patch when running dangerous. It normally kills your game fairly quickly. And he said if uranium is greater than 10k, request, oh no, output 1, just 1 barrel, and then put it in to the request. Okay. I think you might need more than 1 barrel, but okay. He's got his sushi belt science, which I actually covered last time, so I'm not going to recover this time. But yeah, he has completed both the insanity that is the dangerous mod, along with the 30 science pack challenge, and actually having a rocket ready to go. So he asked me to come along and do the final order, do the final launch for him. We can't get in this now. No, we can't. So I'm going to hit the launch button, and if I'm really good, maybe I can run a screenshot command at the same time. So that is the base tour. I'll either add the screenshot at the end if it works out, or there's one at the start. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully Inferior Rook enjoys the video and the screenshot madness. Please, in the comments, tell me what you think about this screenshot doohickey thing, if it's even included in the video, because I don't even know if it'll work at the moment. But please tell me what you guys think about it. Please tell me if I should include it in future videos. I have a feeling it's going to take a lot of time. And really, that's pretty amazing. 97 hours playtime for having 2 horrible mods. And he only managed to kill 2 power poles, a wooden chest, and a tree. And he would have got a whole heap of other achievements. Like, oh no, biters were off. Okay, so he wouldn't have got combat achievements, but he would have got, like, you know, Steam powered all the way, and a few other achievements. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed this quick little base tour. As I said, up in the top right hand corner, click the linky thing and check out Inferior Rook's last base tour if you haven't already. Really, really recommend it. Really, really good. Tidy little spaghetti base is probably the best way of putting it. And I'll leave it there. So thank you guys for watching. See you next one. Bye.